today's video lecture, we will discuss the concept of phrases and clauses. Let's start with phrases. To truly grasp the difference between the phrases and clauses, let's begin with a simple example. In the park, this one is a phrase. So what actually the phrases are? A phrase is a group of related words that doesn't contain both a subject and a verb to form a complete thought. Phrases function as a single units within a sentence, but they do not express a complete idea on their own. As we see, this phrase in the example, in the park is a group of related words that does not contain both a subject and a verb to form a complete thought. Means, in the park phrase, there is no subject and verb. Phrases can serve various grammatical purposes such as providing additional information or modifying other parts of sentences. For example, in the park, it is a crucial part of the sentence, but it can't stand alone as a complete thought. Phrases can modify other parts of a sentence. They can act as adjectives or adverbs, adding flavor to your statements. For example, a beautiful sunset. It makes the sunset more vivid and engaging, but the phrase itself doesn't form a complete thought. Different types of phrases. Noun phrase. A noun phrase consists of a noun and words that modify or describe it. Example, the big brown dog. The big brown dog is the noun phrase and it refers to a specific dog that is both large and brown. Verb phrase. A verb phrase includes a main verb and its auxiliary or helping verbs. For example, she is reading a fascinating novel. In this case, is reading is the verb phrase and it indicates an ongoing action performed by she. Prepositional phrase. A prepositional phrase begins with a preposition and includes an object. For example, he sat on the comfortable chair. In this example, on the comfortable chair is the prepositional phrase and it describes the location where he is sitting. Adjective phrase. An adjective phrase provides more information about a noun. For example, she ran quickly to catch the bus. So in this example, quickly to catch the bus is the adverb phrase in this sentence, and it describes how she ran. Infinitive phrase. An infinitive phrase starts with the word to followed by a verb. For example, to write a novel is a dream. To write a novel is the infinitive phrase and it expresses her aspiration or purpose. Gerund phrase. A gerund phrase begins with a gerund, means a verb form ending in ing, and functions as a noun. For example, swimming in the pool is my favorite activity. Swimming in the pool is the gerund phrase and it represents the action that is someone's favorite activity. Participial phrase. A participial phrase starts with a past participle or a present participle and provides additional information. For example, broken by the accident, the glass shattered. Here in this sentence, broken by the accident is the participial phrase and it describes the state of the glass before it shattered. Clauses. A clauses is a group of words that contains both a subject and a verb means predicate and can express a complete thought or idea. Clauses are essential building blocks of sentences and they are the units of meaning in the English language. Clauses can vary in length and complexity, but they all serve the purpose of conveying information or expressing an idea. Types of clauses. There are two types of clauses. First is the independent clause, which is also known as main clause. An independent clause is a clause that can stand alone as a complete sentence. It expresses a full and self-contained thought or idea. Independent clauses are often referred to as main clauses because they are the primary components of sentences. Example, she is reading a book. In this example, she is reading a book is an independent clause because it expresses a complete thought and can function as a stand-alone sentence. The next one is the dependent clause, which is also known as subordinate clause. A dependent clause, also known as subordinate clause, is the clause that cannot stand alone as a complete sentence. It relies on an independent clause to make sense and convey a complete thought. Dependent clauses usually begin with subordinating conjunctions or relative pronouns, and they are used to provide additional information, describe conditions, or explain reasons. For example, because she is reading. In this example, because she is reading a book is a dependent clause because it does not express a complete thought on its own. To make it a complete sentence, you need to add an independent clause such as she cannot play with us today because she is reading a book. This is a complete clause. Next one is the relationship between independent and dependent clauses. Independent and dependent clauses often work together in sentences to convey complex ideas. The dependent clause provides additional information or context, while the independent clause forms the main idea. Sentences can be constructed with one or more independent and dependent clauses, and the arrangement of these clauses can impact the overall meaning and structure of the sentence. That's all about today's video. Thank you. Thanks a lot for watching.